Well, folks, today is August 9th and we're finished. We started this house back in February, me and my wife, and we did the entire inside and outside, repainted it, and it was a bear. I'm 66 years old, she's 64, and we're not like giant people. We never did this for a living. We just put these in today. We had to pull all the nails out, all the little nails in there when they build these things to put them up. They're pre-built, so all the nails are bent. So you had to undo all them. It was a total of 16 of them. That in itself took 4 hours, plus paint and all that. These screen doors we got up, new light. I mean, everything's fresh. And when I say we started in February and we're finishing now in August, and you're thinking, wow, that's a long time. This wasn't a full-time job. We were coming here on all our spare time. I work full-time, and we also got another part-time job. So we were basically working 2 full-time jobs. And I'm not bragging anything. This is just basically for my kids. If you stumble upon this and watch it, you know, it wasn't, I'm not putting this out like to say, hey, look to the public, but this house had not, the guy that lived in this house passed away. He had done nothing to keep the upkeep. The house was a total disaster. And if you had come here and saw it when we first came here, you would have been like, whoa, you guys are taking on a major project. And it was. You know, we redid the ceilings, the walls, put up all these new curtains. This door was in shambles, and there was paint splattered all over it. You know, I cleaned it off, sanded it, did everything. Holes in the walls. There was so many cockroaches. You could shovel the cockroach shit, literally. And we put in all new door hinges and doorknobs and a new floor. The carpet that was in this room was removed and put into the back bedroom because he had burnt a big hole in that carpet. This here room, we call it the library because he had all these bookcases in here just filled with Christian books. All new ceiling fans, those big curtains, they're really nice. This here kitchen. The electricity was funky too, but we got that all straightened out. Got a new doorbell, refrigerator. We put in a new, you know, we did this. We didn't hire somebody to do it. We did it. Repainted the walls, put in this stuff here. I don't know, chair back, I don't know what it's called. Redid this window frame. If you saw what this would look like, you'd be like, you wouldn't believe what it looked like, and now what it looks like. You know, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it was just raw wood, filthy from greasy hands and so on and so forth. And we redid the cabinets and redid the plumbing underneath here. If you looked under here, when we first came in here, you wouldn't have not wanted to go near it. It was so disgusting. Everything, it was just disgusting is the word. And garbage disposal now works. New sink, of course. New face plates. Laundry room. We fixed, this was total shambles. Of course, new locks and everything. They all work fine and match up okay. And the ceiling, you know, there's still some leaks in the roof. They're getting ready to put a new roof on. We're not doing that. But after they're done, I'm going to come and do touch-up paint to fix that. I don't know how long this thing will go, but I'll show you the other bedrooms. And the kitchen, of course, was a major job, and along with the bathrooms, of course. Hallway light was screwed up. Now it works. The ceiling was all falling down in this hallway. It's fixed. This ceiling was completely crapped out. It's fixed. This bathroom was so gross, and there were so many holes in the walls. You'd never believe it. The mirror was all screwed up, but I put this framer on it and it hides out all the bad stuff. And we, again, underneath here, if you looked at it, you would have just walked away in disgust. And I put down the tile floor, new toilet and all that, and light fixtures. And this is the room where I says I had to put in, with this carpet came from the living room, because there was this big huge burn mark here, and he had spilled bleach over here. This little half bath, this toilet literally, I put the tile down, the toilet was sitting up on a board. There was a board underneath the old toilet, and to keep it, I can't even begin to explain it. And of course, the medicine cabinets here was, you know, when the house was built, 1970 or whatever, you know, it was 48 years old, and the guy this guy didn't know what the word clean was. It was just gross. I'm, like I says, I'm 66. I've been doing this all my life, volunteering and getting in and helping people out when they just sit on their fat asses and do nothing. And you wind up regretting it every time. And me and my wife have sworn we're never volunteering to help anybody again. I mean, her and me have been doing it since we're born doing it. Some people just, it's their habit to help others and other people. It's their habit to always look for somebody to do their dirty work. And me and my wife have done everybody's dirty work, and now, you know, our house is a mess because we haven't had time to do anything to our house. So, and I'm getting ready to go in. Today, like I said, is August the 9th. And August 23rd, guess where I'll be? I'll be up in Charleston at the VA hospital having a hernia operation. And then they say basically 6 weeks I'm not supposed to lift over 10 pounds. And I'm not gonna. And that's about the story. And me and my wife learned a lot. And, you know, do little tricks. I mean, you learn a lot. By the time you know a lot of stuff, you're too old to use it. But you're still healthy. That's one thing we're glad of. Most all the people we know at our age, they don't do nothing. And if you had them do one day's work out here, they would have croaked. It's August. We were painting outside this house. It was like 100 degrees, and we're out here painting. Up on little ladders, up and down the ladders, up and down the ladders. I actually got kind of a heat stroke, and then the next day my wife kind of got one. I went home that night, and both my legs and my hands cramped up so bad the bones literally moved in my hand. Right there, you could see the bone pop out and move over on my right hand and on my left hand. And I think they call it the sciatic nerve in your legs. Both of them went out on me. I literally thought I was going to die. I never had all four go at the same time, but they all, I mean, it was nuts. I actually had my wife go out and buy beer. I drank 3 beers that night. And guess what? I'm drinking some tonight. It's a celebration tonight, though. And this thing is about gonna time out. One last look at the outside. And unfortunately, the yard, the guy, like I says, he took care of other people's yards, but he didn't do nothing for himself. And look at these hedges. They had a person come and cut them down, but it already looks like hell. If you could get rid of these hedges and do a little yard work and put a little flowers in or something, and then of course with the new roof, this place is going to look fantastic. Yep, still driving my 97 GMC Safari van. Bought that in 2002. So I've been driving that thing 16 years. Pretty good, huh? No AC, but because of that I can take the heat. Except that day the heat got to me. Well, thanks everybody, and that woman there helped me so much. It was unbelievable. That's my 64-year-old granny over there, and she is like Granny of the Beverly Hillbillies. She just never stops going. She's a tough little old woman. Everybody,